The Summer I Turned Pretty is back this week with episode 6 of the final season. And wow, Belly, what did you almost do? If this episode didn't signal the direction the rest of the season is heading, then I honestly don't know what will. Every week, we've seen Belly and Conrad growing a little closer, and now I'm starting to think they might actually be endgame. On top of that, there's love blooming between Steven and Denise. Belly's wedding turning into something she never wanted, and Jeremiah risking his relationship just to impress his father, only for it to go nowhere. This episode really had it all. Let's break it down and go over everything you might have missed in episode 6 of The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3. In recent episodes, Belly has grown frustrated that her dream wedding isn't turning out the way she imagined. That frustration only intensified here when Adam brought in Kay, the very woman he cheated with, to plan the event. It felt like a bad omen hanging over the marriage before it even began. Belly had no control over any of the decisions. Her food choices were dismissed, over 100 strangers RSVP'd, and the whole thing started to feel more like a business function than a celebration of love. Add to that the fact that her mom still wasn't planning to attend, and it's no wonder Belly was having second thoughts. Meanwhile, Jeremiah didn't seem very understanding. Instead of focusing on Belly or the wedding, he was busy trying to win his father's approval, something he's never really had before. His priorities were clearly out of order, and it was starting to cost him. On top of that, the couple went apartment hunting after Adam kicked Belly out of his house, claiming she was causing disruption. That search only created more tension. They lost one place because of Jeremiah's bad credit score, and all the affordable options they looked at weren't very nice. Jeremiah wasn't even fully present, constantly checking his phone to make sure he didn't miss meetings with his father. The cracks in their relationship were becoming impossible to ignore. Biggest red flag? Belly's bridal shower. When she heard a story about finding Rosie the dog, she thought it was Jeremiah's story, but it was actually Conrad's. It was a subtle but powerful reminder that Conrad is still very much on her mind. Later in the episode, Belly watched a movie with her mom that featured the song "We Love You, Conrad," ending with the line, "I guess I'll always care." That moment felt symbolic. Belly will always care for Conrad. And that was driven home in the final scene. Conrad got hurt while surfing, and when Belly rushed to him, they shared a moment so intense, she almost kissed him. She didn't go through with it, but the fact that she wanted to, while wearing her engagement ring, says it all. Belly even thought to herself, what just happened? What did I almost do? This scene makes it clear that Belly is having doubts. Jeremiah has been focused on his dad instead of their future together, while Conrad has been quietly showing he still cares in ways Belly doesn't even realize. Yet Conrad's protective nature was on full display this episode. He noticed Belly wasn't eating and guessed it was because she was upset about her mom skipping the wedding, so he took it upon himself to fix things. Conrad personally called Laurel and convinced her to come to the bridal shower, telling her that missing her own daughter's wedding would be a lifelong regret. Belly doesn't know any of this. She doesn't know that Conrad is the reason Laurel showed up, while Jeremiah has done nothing remotely similar. When Belly eventually learns the truth, she's bound to be shocked that Conrad went to such lengths just to make her happy. The heartbreaking part? Conrad told Laurel that he would only be happy once the wedding was over and he was back at Stanford, a sign of how much he's bottling up his own feelings. Another developing storyline is the slow burn romance between Steven and Denise. Their chemistry is undeniable. Playful flirting, secret plans to start a business together, and even Denise admitting, "I wouldn't risk my future for just anyone." Clearly, she cares about him deeply, but not everyone's getting a happy ending. Taylor is still in love with Steven, and she's forced to watch from the sidelines as he falls for someone else. She hoped his appearance at the bridal shower was for her, but he was really there to support Belly. Taylor tried to put on a brave face, acting like she's okay just being a good friend, but her expression told a different story. She's hurting inside, and this love triangle is far from over. Overall, this was an okay episode. It wasn't as strong as last week's Conrad-focused episode, which was incredible, but it was hugely important. The near kiss between Belly and Conrad changes everything. It signals a turning point in the season and sets up the drama that's clearly coming in the final episodes. Performance-wise, everyone was solid, though there weren't any big standouts like last week. One highlight was the emotional scene where Laurel appeared at Belly's bridal shower. Paired perfectly with the music, it was surprisingly moving. If I had one critique, it's Jeremiah's behavior. He seems more concerned with pleasing his father than marrying Belly, making me wonder if the wedding is really about love, or just a grand apology for cheating on her in the past. We're now past the halfway point of the season, and I think episode 7 will really dive deep into Belly's heart. If she's still thinking about Conrad while planning to marry Jeremiah, things are about to get messy. Canceling the wedding after finally convincing everyone to attend? That would explode into full-on chaos, and I have a feeling that's exactly where we're headed. So, that's the full breakdown of The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3, Episode 6. What did you think? Is Belly realizing she's still in love with Conrad? And will Jeremiah's obsession with his dad cost him everything? Let me know your thoughts below, and stay tuned for next week's drama.